I decided to ask a few roller derby players what makes a good jammer, and here's what they had to say. What are the 3 most important skills you think a jammer has?
Never give up.
Jesus.
Confidence.
Agility, speed, and strength.
A jammer has to be really... It's going to sound dumb. A jammer has to be really quick.
Fitness. You've got to be fit. You've got to have a really good, strong core.
They've got to be able to use their edges on their skates.
Hit hard, and
You've got to be able to have a lot of agility, sideways movement,
They've got to be able to jump from side to side.
a lot of agility.
Speed, endurance, and agility. Agility is really important.
strength and agility.
So they've got to be quick on their feet, observant, and
And I guess the third thing is power.
So the most prevalent answer was agility. So I thought we'd take a look into some sports science and see what we can do to improve our own agility by looking at how muscle fibres actually work. So muscle fibre falls into 2 main categories, slow twitch and fast twitch, or type 1 and type 2. Fast twitch muscle fibres can again be divided into 2 subcategories, type 2A and type 2X. So what's the difference between these types? Well, it comes down to a difference in blood supply. Type 1 fibres have a really good blood supply, whereas type 2 have a really reduced blood supply. And blood is what transports oxygen in our muscles, so this really affects the function. You may have noticed this difference in oxygen affecting the colour of poultry meat. For example, duck is a darker meat than chicken because of the different blood supply. If you consider how these different animals move, ducks fly for an extended period of time, which is an endurance activity, so they have more slow twitch muscle fibres. Whereas chickens roam slowly, sometimes running for short periods of time, so they have more fast twitch muscle fibres. Another difference is slow twitch muscle fibres are smaller, but have a larger amount of mitochondria. Mitochondria are the parts within our cells that create energy, so more energy means that these muscles take longer to fatigue. We use slow twitch muscle fibres for weaker contractions that are repetitive and take place over a longer period of time. And an example of this is our core muscles. Our core muscles have to remain active all day to keep us upright, so our core has a lot more slow twitch muscle fibres than our limbs. This is why planking is such a great exercise to strengthen your core, because it works those slow twitch muscle fibres. As for fast twitch muscle fibres, well, type 2X are the opposite of type 1. They're bigger muscles with less mitochondria, our little energy makers. So they contract hard and fast, and they can work without much oxygen. But because of this, they fatigue much more easily. Type 2A is somewhere in the middle. They're medium-sized and they have a moderate amount of mitochondria, so they have the ability to work with either lots of oxygen or not much. Being able to juke and evade is really important for jamming, and this kind of explosive muscle movement requires muscle fibres to contract really quickly. If you want to skate fast or make a short, intense move, for example, avoiding a player really quickly, your body doesn't only use fast twitch muscle fibres. It has to start with type 1. Then, as the need for your muscles increases, will evoke type 2A, as well as type 1. Lastly, if you need even stronger contractions, only then will your body use type 2X. Now, sometimes our body skips this process and goes straight to fast twitch muscle fibres, but this only happens when we do something out of reflex. A reflex is when you need to react quickly, often in defence, so the signals bypass your brain, such as when you're driving and something appears in front of you, you'll often swerve in reflex without even thinking about it. Okay, so now we know what they are, how do we get more fast twitch muscle fibres to improve our agility? Well, unfortunately, it mostly comes down to genetics. Now, we may not be genetically blessed as elite athletes, but that doesn't mean that we can't improve our performance through training. Everyone can improve through training. So the kind of exercises you want to be doing are rapid, explosive movements like tuck jumps. Exercises that change your direction quickly. These kind of exercises are called plyometrics. Please subscribe for more roller derby science videos.